a little strange. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. That don't look. Oh, that's much better. Like, hold on. That look a little murky. Let me get cleaned up over here. Let's get cleaned up over here. How y'all feeling tonight? Daily Go-Getterism show. All up in your area. All up in your all up in your Yeah. Daily Go-Getterism show. Daily Go-Getterism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it? Hold on. Let me see. I'm not rocking it right. Hold on. Let me get dressed. Let me get uniformed up. We good? Levels is good. Levels is level. Not on speaking terms tonight. 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 Don't say nothing to me, right? Not on speaking terms tonight. Not on speaking terms tonight. Not on speaking terms tonight. Don't say nothing to. Don't say. Not on speaking terms tonight. 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 Don't say nothing to me, right? Not on speaking terms tonight. Not on speaking terms tonight. Not on speaking terms tonight. Don't say nothing to me, right? Not on speaking terms tonight. 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 Don't say nothing to me, right? Not on speaking terms tonight. Not on speak. Don't say nothing to me. 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 How long has it been since you talked to your ex-friend? How long has it been since you talked to your ex-friend? How long has it been since you talked to your ex-friend? How long has it been since you talked to your cousin? Your cousin that you used to roll deep, yo. The ones that with the secrets that you used to keep. That one that you used to roll thick. The one that used to get sick. The one that you used to roll out. The one that used to pull the pole out. Yo, the one that always protect your neck. The one that you always show respect. How long has it been since you talked to him? How long has it been since you walked with him? How long has it been? How long will it be? Will it keep going on in 2023? Or should I say 2033? We already passed. Yeah. What up? T. Carey Wright. Morning, noon, and night. Cheryl Halsey is in the place. Always good to see. I said, yeah. Don't talk to me tonight. 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 talk to me tonight. Not on speaking terms. Not on speaking terms. Not on speaking terms. Not on speaking terms. Varshay, what up? Varshay's in the house. Always good to see you. How long has it been, y'all? Hold on. Give me the black some. So, let me know the longest that it's been since you've spoken to somebody. And I don't mean not spoken to them because you just haven't heard from them. I mean, when it's deliberate, when you really don't have nothing to say to somebody, even if they spoke. I'm talking about somebody that you're no longer cool with like that. No longer friends like that. And that's whether it's a family member, an acquaintance, a good friend, ex-friend, ex. Why? 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 Why can't we be friends? We be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? We friends no more cause you was frontin' the move. You ran around like you had something to prove. Why can't we be friends? 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 You was my ace boom boom from the time of my life. But you was really trying to stick in my why. Why can't we be friends? 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 But this is bigger than just being friends. I'm talking about when I don't have nothing to say to you now and then. And we used to talk almost like every day. Now I don't even have your number. And I'll say, yo, if you was around, I would probably give you a punch in the face and clear out space. And I'll eliminate your teeth right in your front. And that ain't really what you want. I ain't really trying to send you to the dentist or orthodontist, but I'll do that shit because you was never honest. So the shit that you used to talk before, and I ain't trying to hear that shit, not one word, no more. Lose my number, baby. 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 Lose my number. No, we are not on speaking terms. Yeah, y'all remember you like Big Worm. Yo, don't come around with your perm. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You remember? Yo, Not being on speaking terms with somebody is not a small thing as you get older. You know, when you're younger, you might stop speaking to somebody for immature reasons. You know what I mean? You know how it is when you're younger. When you're younger, we tend to be a lot more sensitive. So when people don't do things that we like, or we hear them say things, that we don't appreciate or whatever, we might stop speaking to them for those kinds of reasons. But as you get older, when you stop being on speaking terms with somebody, it starts to become a lot more serious, because as you get into adulthood, when you stop speaking to somebody, when you declare yourself to not being on speaking terms with somebody, it can separate people. When you have mutual friends or family members, think about it in the case where a mother stops speaking to a father, or vice versa. We talk about adult situations. Well, your mom is not fucking with your dad like that. She ain't got nothing to say to him. Maybe he cheated. Maybe he disrespected. Maybe he violated in some kind of way. Or your dad ain't speaking to your mom. Maybe for the identical reasons that I just spoke of. Well, in a situation where mother and the father are not on speaking terms, then that's going to separate children and probably put them in a situation where they have to choose sides. And even if you think that you're not putting them in a position to choose sides, you're still telling them, respect your mom, love your mom, or whatever. I just ain't got nothing to say to her. So I drop off the money for you, and then I get my skate on. You know what I mean? You can come see me this weekend. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be up in the Poconos. You come up here, you know what I'm saying? Chill in the cabin with me. We can go horseback riding, do a little sleigh riding, the snowmobiles, whatever you want to do. Anyway, so if a mother and a father stop speaking, then both sides of the family can be affected by that, because that puts them in a position where they feel like they might have to walk on eggshells or talk on eggshells, if there is such a thing. It just the stakes just become higher when you stop speaking as you get older. So, Phoenix Lightning? Is that what that says? Phoenix Lightning. Okay, if they are banging drums, though, no thanks. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. What up, Crash? What's good? And Mia Cunningham, how you feeling? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Do me one little favor. Y'all know, hit that like button. Make sure that there's no hesitation on that. But yeah, not being on speaking terms, what the deal is. Not being on speaking terms, what we talking about. Not my number. I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say. Get out of here with all that. For real, for real. Listen, get out of my face and give me 6 feet. I need 6 feet right now. If I don't get 6 feet, then you might get 6 stitches. Not being on speaking terms. Not being on speaking terms is not necessarily an indication of not liking somebody. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where, even though that you were attracted to somebody, or you really admired somebody, or you thought they were cool people, y'all may have just had some really bad communication problems. Have you ever been in a situation like that where you liked somebody, but it seemed like every time y'all talked to each other, y'all couldn't get along? You know what I mean? Like, maybe through mutual friends or other people, y'all was cool, but when it came to y'all one-on-one, y'all couldn't get it right. Maybe y'all just weren't on the same wavelength with each other. Maybe y'all just weren't on the same page socially with each other, whatever. But no, things didn't seem to go right. And sometimes you can be attracted to a person and really think that they good people. But y'all, maybe they were culturally so different from you, even though y'all may have been the same race or whatever, ethnic background. But culturally, y'all were different because of the way that y'all may have been raised. So, fundamental differences can come into play and just make you feel some kind of way about when you talk to some people. So, and sometimes it can feel so personal and it can be so irritating that you may decide, like, you know what? I don't really have a whole lot of bad things to say to that about that person, but I'm gonna just let them be them. And I ain't really fucking with them like that no more. And that's a form of not being on speaking terms. Y'all may be on high and by terms, but as far as really being social and sociable, you're probably like, nah, I'm cool. It's like going on a bad date with somebody. Have you ever gone on a bad date? You go on a date with somebody and maybe y'all went out to eat, maybe y'all went to the movies, maybe y'all went to some kind of recreational event or whatever, and y'all just couldn't get it together. You ever been on a date and you make this face? And you think that you making the face on the inside, you don't realize that they can see you like. A bad date can weigh heavily on you for weeks because you're thinking like, I made the decision to ask that person out or to go out with that person. So I obviously thought that we had some kind of good connection. But they a fucking dickhead. Like, what the hell was that? What was that? A bad date. A bad date can put you on non-speaking terms. First it was dinner and a movie, and then now it's dead silence. I ain't got nothing else to say to you. Yo, shorty, you be wildin'. What up, JJ? What's good? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. So yeah, man, that's what we talking about tonight. Not being on speaking terms, but we gonna talk about this on adult terms. We're not talking about, well, like I ain't fucking with him or her because they voted for Donald Trump. And I ain't trying to be hearing none of that pro-MAGA shit. I ain't talking about not being on speaking terms for something like that, because a lot of times when you stop speaking to somebody over politics, you do that shit online with a bunch of people that you don't really know and that don't know you. But when you talking about some people that you have grown up with, people that you have been through things with, people that you actually love, but maybe just don't like anymore. Yes, I love you. If you were in trouble today, I would come helping. But as soon as I got you out of trouble, we going on non-speaking terms again, because I'm sick of yo. I'm sick of yo. I can't take it, no. I'm sick of yo. People like you need to be around them, not around me. I'ma tell you so you see. I don't want this to be misunderstood. I don't fuck with you. You're no good, but I ain't gonna say that you a pedophile or a sexual sadist or none of that shit, but play this record every time I see you. Get the fuck out my face before I have to clear out space and leave you laced. Laced with a black eye, yeah, shining. That shit say closed for the weekend when I'm speaking, and I ain't got really nothing else to say, so I'ma let you be on your way, cause we don't play. You know how I get down. I ain't really trying to go back there. I ain't trying to share. I ain't trying to spare no expense, but I ain't trying to talk about you no more because it don't make sense. And I don't want to hear you on the other line trying to talk to me, trying to get all up in the business of mine. I don't want to hear it no more. So I'ma bang on you. Bam, bam. ×4. Fuck you. And everybody associated. No, I ain't gonna say that because wait. Yo, your mom is cool. Your peoples is cool. I like your kids. And I'ma say this. Yo, it's just you. You must be fucking adopted because the rest of your family don't act like that, you bitch. We are not on speaking terms. We are not on speaking. We are not on speaking. We are not. We are not. I don't want. We are. No, shut the. Don't say nothing. You don't know what to say out of your fucking mouth. You don't think about shit before you. Yo, for real. Yo, I ain't trying to hear this. You don't think about what you say before you speak. You just say the first thing that come to your mind, and you ain't got enough mind to do that. I swear to God, yo, you taking me out of my character, you mother. And for real, and I ain't forgot about that shit you thought I ain't know about. Yeah, that shit that you did with Russell and them. Yeah, I ain't. And you lucky I just got saved. You lucky that it's Jumar on Friday. You lucky that I just took my Shahada. You are lucky. Shit, dickhead. I promised my dad before he passed that I was going to chill, that I was going to make sure that I did everything to preserve my life and to protect my brothers and sisters and my kids, because that's what he would have wanted. Look, motherfucker, I'm going to say this one last thing. I'm going to say this last motherfucking thing. And then I'm done with it. After this, the music stops. Ain't no more lyrics. You stay on your side. I'ma stay on my side. I know who you are. I know what you do. I know how you play. So stop lying and stop acting like you didn't do what you did, like you didn't say what you said, because that's really you. If I have to ever let you hear the sound of my voice voluntarily again, it won't be good for you. And your girl is a hoe. But I know you know that. I didn't fuck her, but your cousin did. I just thought you shouldn't have that confirmed. I know you know it. You suspected it. That's my parting gift to you. Some motherfuckers can't stand these. It's all right, though. It's all right. It's all right. Just lucky I done changed my motherfucking life around. And I'm trying to do all this good ass shit in the community and make sure niggas is taken care of. I'm out here trying to save these goddamn babies. And you lucky for that shit. So anyways, so y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Not being on speaking terms. Not being on speaking terms. As an adult, that shit is real. When you in your teens, when you in your 20s, you know what I mean? You all extra sensitive and shit, even though you think you full of testosterone, but you really on some sensitive shit. Oh man, I thought we was homie. I thought that was my man. You know what I mean? I can't believe he violated. I can't believe he fronted. I can't believe, you know what I'm saying? That was my, you know what I mean? We was like brothers. That was like my bro. I ain't even call him my man. You know what I mean? That was like my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he knew my mom, he knew my sister, he knew everybody. He was there when I met my Wiz, son. He was there when I met my Wiz. He was there when I met my Wiz. But you know, the jealousy of niggas be coming out. The jealousy be coming out. See, I used to, you know what I mean? I used to peep it, you know, back in the day, I used to peep it. But you know, I used to flee it off like, nah, man, that's my man. You know what I mean? Everybody experience a little NBA now and then. It ain't nothing real. It was like friendly competition. But you know, I used to peep it. I used to peep it like, yo. I went out and got the Dodge Neon with the 24 rims and shit. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, he go out and get the Mitsubishi Mirage with the 22-inch rims. Well, like what a coinky dink. My neon was doing shit. You know what I'm saying? I went to Wilson's Leather and got me a leather trench. You know what I mean? Down to the ankles. Next thing you know, he go get the wool trench down to the ankles. Motherfucker out here looking like Preach from Cooley High. Nobody wearing no goddamn. He out here looking like Preach from Cooley High. I'm the Cochise of this bitch, but I ain't going out like Cochise. I ain't going out like Cochise. Anyway. So, this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about not on speaking terms. Well, those who you are not on speaking terms with. Those who you are not on speaking terms with. When was the last time, what was the longest time that you have not been on speaking terms with somebody? What's the longest time? You know what I mean? Have you even thought about that person that you ain't talking to in a while? Yeah, I mean, because sometimes some people are out of sight and out of mind, and you don't even be thinking about them no more until somebody bring up something. You be like, anybody ever ask you, like, yo, what happened to your boy? You know, the one you used to be with all the time. You know, y'all used to be, every time we used to see them, we used to see you. And that just happened to be the motherfucker you ain't fucking with like that no more. You like, yeah, they all right. Yeah, I mean, we don't really rock like that no more, but I already living out in South Philly and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, I played the lottery yesterday and shit. I bought 3 scratch offs and shit. I won $50. I was feeling happy. I was feeling good as shit. So, and yo, I hit the number for like 50 cents in the box. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I'm like $150 richer right now. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right out here. The fuck? Hold on, y'all. Come on here. Hold on, son. Hold on. YouTube going to bang me for a copyright. I'm getting banged for a copyright for nothing. I ain't do nothing. Caller with the last number is 5639. Hailing from Indianapolis. What's good? Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son 752. And, you know, we talking about those who you're not on speaking terms with tonight? What's on your mind? What's good?
What's up, son? What's up, chat? What's up, family?
Everything good with me?
Good. I'm glad we're on speaking terms.
Me too. Because somebody called in before you, and I ain't on speaking terms with them.
Oh, okay. Well,
I ain't even let the phone ring.
Was it a troll?
Yeah. And I'm not talking to him.
They don't even count.
He was trying to talk to me, though. He was trying to talk to me, though. You know what I'm saying? So what's your life like? What's good, Kim?
So are we making this strictly non-related people, or can we mention family?
Nah, you can talk about whoever you are not on speaking terms with. You can talk about it. You can talk about them. I don't care who it is. It could be your kids.
I'm gonna speak to my baby. Even though sometimes he don't want to speak to me, sometimes he's not on speaking terms with me.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, he was like, for a year he wasn't talking to me for a whole year.
God damn.
It just, you know how the niggas are. Sometimes they just little jackasses anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been on speaking terms with my mother's sister since September 7th, 2007. And I don't think I'll ever speak to the rest of her siblings again. And I don't have any qualms about it.
Okay.
I love them. I don't wish them any harm, but fuck them people.
Well, let me ask you this. What causes you to make the decision to not speak to somebody? And do you feel like it's effective?
You can't. So I'm going to speak specifically when it comes to family. People think because they're related to you and you share blood in your family that they can treat you anyway and not apologize for it. And it's just okay. You have to accept it. And then let's dust it off because we're family. Because we've been around each other forever. We love each other. You just have to let it go because we're family. And so that makes it even more intense for me to be like, I'm not talking to you. And when somebody does something that affects me beyond just general living, where it causes me mental harm, where it breaks my heart, where it affects my son and my siblings and my nieces and my nephews, then there's nothing else for me to say to you. If it's something that is so painful that it causes me to lose sleep, then we're good. Because at some point, if a person is vexing you, you just have to walk away for your own mental well-being.
Okay.
And sometimes it takes you knocking your head 100 times before you realize these people are the problem. And you just keep bashing your head and hurting yourself. Here, let me take your hand and walk you away from this so you can be okay.
Right.
Because it's not doing you any good. And then as far as it's effective, I know it's effective because, they do things to let you know it bothers them. Little stupid stuff. Get on your grown-ass people on your social media, older than you on your social media, saying little dumb stuff or doing stuff. Or then they go after your kid to cause even more drama. So Yeah, there's a point you have to say enough is enough. Like for me, I am all about protecting my mental peace.
Mm-hmm.
Life has been hard enough for everybody. We have all experienced something. And the last thing I want to do is pile on to it with people I love. So I can love you from afar. And I mean, really from afar. And I
Yeah.
mean, to the point where if something happens to you, I will be sad because I love you, but it's not going to make me change how I feel about you. It's not going to make me be like, oh, today we're good. It's not going to do that.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay. Now, when I ask you, do you think that it's effective? I mean, I was talking about for you personally. See,
Oh, definitely.
okay, because we know that some people can't handle not being spoken to. But when for a good while, I would say like over a decade, I've made the decision in my life not to do anything that's not going to benefit me. Like I'm not going to make no moves just for fuck's sake. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I stop talking to you, I'm doing that for me. I'm doing it to you, but I'm doing it for me. So it has to fulfill me in some kind of way. You understand what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to play games with you. Like, well, I ain't calling you because you ain't calling me. Like, I'm not engaged in that kind of shit. Not that I haven't done it, in the past, but I have to fight. I have to fight myself against doing little nut shit like that because I feel like that drains my testosterone. And I don't really like to do a lot of things that don't make me feel like a man. And actually, not being on speaking terms doesn't make me feel masculine because I think that men should be able to work out their differences. But sometimes there are exceptions, and it's better to just stop trying to communicate or to communicate better through silence because the words aren't being effective in a good way at all. You understand what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
there are people that I would rather not speak to. Now, there are also times, I don't know if you've ever had this in your life, but I've definitely had this in my life where I wasn't on speaking terms with somebody and it was undeclared. You know, there have been times where I found out somebody wasn't speaking to me in secrecy, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody was avoiding me and they weren't being vocal about it. So um, I have family members where that's the case. Now I'm the type of person that if I'm not fucking with you, you know that I'm not fucking with you, and you know why. But
Mm-hmm.
evidently, it's not the same way towards me. People have stopped talking to me and didn't say shit. Now I ain't gonna say that they owe me an explanation because it's a free country. You can do whatever you want to do, But if I do think that there's a bit of cowardice in that, you know what I mean? Like, especially in the family, in the realm of family. So you just, I'm going to say this on my, God damn it. I can't even say it's on. I was going to say on my dad's side, it don't surprise me because them motherfuckers be on some crazy shit sometimes. They just stop speaking and fucking with each other for dumb shit, even though you may have given them the world and helped them out and put them on their feet and opened your doors to them. You know what I mean? On my dad's side, they've been known to be on some ungrateful, bullshit for real. On my mom's side, though, they fight like cats and dogs. So they not be on speaking terms, be on speaking terms lightly. Again, return to not being on speaking terms. But they know what's going on. I will give them that on my mom's side. There ain't no passive aggressive shit. They be straight up on sometimes they be a little ratchet online. Like, yo, I ain't fucking with you. Family ain't shit. And when I say family, I mean the gang's family. Like, oh, just in case we were, we were in the dark about that shit. So it might be a little ill, but at least they're not tiptoeing around shit. On the McIntyre side, they be on some old. I got a cousin, nut ass cousin. Talking about something. I'm not fucking with no McIntyres. Like your last name ain't even McIntyre. Get the fuck out of here. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, but she crazy. So yeah, I mean, but shit like that. So yeah, for me, if I decide not to speak to you, it's because everything that could have, should have, and was said wasn't doing anything for either one of us. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just go ahead. Like, hey, everything don't have to end in an agreement, and all agreements don't mean that you have to go forward or that you should. So I like I said, I don't like the not speaking terms thing, but yeah, I've had to participate, and I have chosen to participate at certain times. Now, there's a difference between, I ain't really got nothing to say to dude or shorty, and that motherfucker better not ring my motherfucking phone. Now, I don't change my number. Shout out to people who change their numbers and start all. I don't do that. If you had my number since 2003, you got my number today. Now, you call that shit if you want. Cause yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I've been blessed and cursed with the sharpness of the. It's not that my tongue is sharp, it's my forwardness. Like you gonna feel that. Now you gonna be asking yourself, why did I call this boy? This didn't go right. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be singing. Wait. What's how the song "Open Arms" by Journey go? Softly I whisper, you're so sincere. How I wish you were. It ain't gonna be that shit. So now I come to you. Boom! Fuck out of here. Fucking call him out. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jason? What's good?
So I've been on the side of not knowing why someone wasn't talking to me. For the longest time, I didn't know my mother's brother wasn't talking to me, which is insane because he was my favorite uncle. So to know that he wasn't speaking to me was insane to me. And then when I found out why, I'm like, are you kidding me? Fuck nigga, what? He wasn't speaking to me because when my mother first went into the hospital, when I got to the hospital, first of all, I was never used to this lady being sick, ever. If she was sick, she never showed up. Like, I never even saw her cry but once in my life. So when I go to the hospital for what was supposed to be just food poisoning, turned into a whole different nightmare. I was met with doctors saying, hey, you need to sign this paperwork because your mother is hemorrhaging and we don't know if she's going to make it the next X amount of hours. And you have to sign this paperwork that says it's okay for us to move forward with this surgery. And there's a chance she may not survive, but you have to sign this saying it's okay for us to move forward. And the first person I thought to call outside of my grandmother, I knew I couldn't call her, was my uncle, her brother. And unfortunately, he was, he's a truck driver. And I didn't stop to think he's on the road and could cause him to be in an accident. I was just thinking, hey, I am now 10-year-old Kim, and I need my uncle. And I need his help, and I don't know what to do. So the first thing I did was call him.
Okay.
And by the time he gets on the phone, I'm a blubbering mess because what's happening? I don't understand. And he stopped talking to me after that and told everybody it's because he could have been in an accident. And I put him in a life-threatening situation. But he never told me he wasn't speaking to me until one day I was saying something to him. He just sat there. The fuck is wrong with this man? And then next thing I know, I'm hearing, well, you could have gotten him in a bad accident and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking that is the stupidest reason I have ever experienced for someone not speaking to me. I get it, and I apologize. But then he continued with his antics. And I just didn't understand. It just didn't make sense. But he never was man enough to say, hey, me, I felt this way about XYZ, and this is why I'm not speaking to you. I just need a minute to get my thoughts together. So I've been on that end, too, where somebody didn't speak to me and didn't acknowledge why or let me know why. I just found out what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Not being on speaking terms with somebody and then there's an emergency or a life-threatening situation or death in the family. So you got to put your not speaking on hold for a minute.
No. No. Because at my grandmother's funeral, we did not speak.
Okay.
Even as we were going through the process of everything, our conversation was extremely limited. And it was really worse because I said some things that to this day I'm not going to apologize for. It is what it is. So now we all not speaking.
Yeah. So what's the longest you've gone without speaking to somebody?
My mother's sister, September 7th, 2007, and I haven't spoken to her since.
It's a good while. That's gaining on 20 years.
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, there are some situations that'll put you in in that realm of. I think the last time we spoke should be the last time we spoke. Yep. Like I'm good. I could put that relationship to rest. I don't know. Relationships that have a chance, I hate to see them fall by the wayside, especially over some dumb shit. And unfortunately, sometimes people stop talking to each other over some dumb shit. But how can you tell somebody how to feel about, what their experience with somebody has been, regardless of what their mind state is? You know what I'm saying? You have to make some concessions for the way that they feel about certain things, even if it was a fleeting emotion or just something that was affecting the way that they think around that time. So we all say that
lot for the people in the back because everybody doesn't agree to that.
And I understand why I understand why people don't agree. I do, because unfortunately, Kim, some people is dickheads. I'm sorry. Some people you can't make concessions for as far as their feelings are concerned because their feelings are just fucked up. What up, Brooklyn all day? What up, my dude? Yeah, so you can't
Well, and
always.
don't forget, people want to bring religion into it too. Because I don't talk to my cousin. I haven't talked to her in a while, except for when her father passed. Of course, I was there for that. Other than that, after that was over, I'm back to girl. We have nothing has changed. I'm good. And everybody says I'm being immature and I need to grow up and I need to be the bigger person and I need to let this go. And it's been long enough. She's not upset with you and all this bullshit. And then they bring church into it, religion into it. So I don't care about none of that. I don't. I don't care about any of that. And on the surface, it seems little. On the surface, it seems small. But to me, it's big as fuck. And because it's big to me, I'm good forever. I don't wish her no harm. I wish her the best. I love her from afar. When I heard she was doing something crazy, I chimed in and gave my 2 cents in full honesty with no negativity because I wish the best for her. But fuck her.
Yeah,
I know she listens to the show. And I mean that shit wholeheartedly. Fuck her.
she listened to this show.
On occasion, she does. I've heard. I've heard.
That's what's up. I know she used to.
Yeah, she do on occasion now. I heard.
If we talking about the same cousin,
Yeah, we talking about the same person. Yeah.
I shouldn't be speaking to her because I asked her to put me on a long time ago. She ain't put me on, but she'll owe me that. She'll owe me that.
There's nobody on.
She'll owe me
She's
that.
scared of that motherfucker she worked with. Motherfucker don't tell you for 100 years and talk bad about you. You still kissing their ass. Man, she ain't gonna put no goddamn body on because she barely on herself. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Fuck that motherfucker she worked for. Fuck her hard. That's how I feel dry. In any case.
Well, let me write that down.
People feel like I need to. Here, let's put it on the table. You cannot go around and tarnish my fucking name and never be woman enough to ask me about what you accused me of for fucking decades and think I'm just gonna be okay.
I feel you.
Especially when I didn't even know about the shit. I had to hear from a third, fourth, and fifth party. No, we're not good. No, we don't have nothing to talk about. No, we don't shit. Nothing. Again, I love you from afar. And I'm going to be there when it's some tough shit, when we lose people we love together. But you and I are good. I don't ever want us to have the same relationship we had. Because that shit was toxic for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I let a lot of shit slide under the radar because this is a motherfucker who is my son's godmother. She was the first person to see that man child of mine come into this world, and she protected him like I would.
Right.
So I let a lot of stuff go for a long time.
Yeah.
But the last thing, man, I was already having emotional, mental breakdowns dealing with being back in this house. The last place I saw my grandmother alive and the first place I saw her transition from this space. I was already going through a lot with my blood relatives and trying to wrap my brain around what the hell was happening here. Why is all this happening? Because again, I went from Kimberly to 10-year-old, 6-year-old, 5-year-old Kim. And what are y'all doing? Because I love y'all. You're all I know. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already dealing with that. And you add a layer of ignorant stupidity like we on the fucking Housewives show to nothing? No.
Yeah.
And then that escalated into some stuff I didn't even know anything about until one day somebody said, well, and I didn't even know she wasn't speaking to me at the time. You don't get to be mad at me over bullshit when you have tarnished me. No, fuck you. So now I'm good. Nope, I don't want to go back. Nope, I feel great about it. And I'm the worst case scenario of not speaking to somebody because I don't fucking believe in being cordial when I'm not talking to you. I don't believe in greetings and salutations when I'm not talking to you. So that means I'm going to be put out of the relative's home. If you are there and I'm there and you speak, I'm not speaking, and I'm going to be put out. And if somebody says to me, Kim, you know, when you enter the house, you have to speak to everybody. Here's how it's going to go. What's up, son? What's up, Carrie? What's up, Cheryl? What's up, JJ? What's up, Jason? And if that one person is sitting there, I'm going to say what's up to 25 people in the house and purposely not speak to your ass. I'm the worst case example of an asshole.
Patina Turner.
Oh, yeah. And I will grab my pocketbook and slide my shoes on and walk right out of the house and leave because I know I'm going to get put out. That's fine.
I've been kicked out of better places than this.
Exactly. And I love you, Auntie, but I'm out. Thank you. Because you just can't. Not anymore. People got away with that shit when I was in my 20s and my 30s, and I ate that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I let my son watch me eat it.
Mm.
And it made him kind of little low-level disrespectful at some point where I'm like, wait a minute. No. What you're not going to do is let me do this and keep doing it in front of my kids.
Yeah.
And he think it's okay. So I had to put my foot down. And the more I put my foot down, the more I decided I am done with niggas who want to act like this. And I'm not taking this shit no more. And I don't give a fuck if you are related to me. I don't care if you're in my love circle. I don't care about none of that. You don't get a chance to ruin my day because you are an asshole. You don't get a chance. Because I'm going to ruin yours and you're going to regret that shit. I'm going to make you hate me. So let's not even do that. Let me just bow out gracefully. And it makes it worse when everybody else is like, you need to, you should, you have to. Here, a motherfucker accused me of sleeping with somebody she wasn't even in a relationship with. And people feel like I need to have empathy because her feelings were hurt over something that didn't happen. But it made her feel so sad that I have to think about her feelings. I don't give a fuck about your feelings.
But see,
for some shit that didn't happen.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
else, huh?
No, I was just going to say that. See, when that's what I'm talking about. Like the implications of not being on speaking terms when you are adult are so different than when you're young, when you're younger, when you're a kid. You know what I mean? Like when you're in your teenage years, don't nobody give a fuck if you're not speaking to somebody or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because those relationships haven't really been solidified through maturity and experience and age and time. You know what I mean? They haven't been tested. But when after you a full-fledged, full-grown adult, you done been through some shit. You done been relationship battle tested and hardened, and you know what I mean. You done battled it out with the troops and all of that. When you decide to stop speaking to somebody, especially when you have mutual acquaintances and either family members or friends or whatever, and people are going to feel like they have to take sides, and sometimes they may need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your whole family or your friend circle knows what a person did to you, so they know why you're not speaking to them, and then sometimes people, it's just like you were talking about, people expect you to just let it go, knowing damn well that foul shit that they did. Like you know what I mean? And then now you might have new friends. I mean, I'm sorry, new people that you're not on speaking terms with. Cause like I can't even fucking believe you opened your mouth to tell me that I should try to repair a relationship that I didn't break in the first place. Like, how was you rolling? You know what? I ain't talking to you no more either. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? You get on their side. So it can get it can go down a ugly street, you know, and lengthen that road. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. But yeah,
and it's not an easy decision when you're an adult to decide to do those things.
That's not. It's really not.
It's draining to decide. It takes a lot of effort to sit still and decide, I have to cut this person off. That's the other part of it. It's not easy to do that. People think it's just easy to say that. It's not easy to do that, especially when it's a tight-knit circle and you're always around each other. You have to see each other. If it's a death, you have to be around each other. You know, if it's an event, you have to be around each other. It's not easy to do that. And even if you're not,
it's not.
If you love that person, it's not easy to make the decision to cut somebody off. It's not.
Yeah, you're right.
So that means when I do, it took a lot for me to get here. And it's hard for me to go back once it's done. It's hard. So, no. And it's sad, and I hate when people, you know, everybody basically saying, where you're the oldest, you should be the one to. Where is that written? Who made that law?
Yeah. Pull the age card.
Yeah. They do that, age and religion. Them are the two. And I keep telling people, do not do that with me. Don't do the work what Jesus do with me, because I'm going to really say some things you're going to be mad about. So you don't want to do that. But they tried.
Praise the Lord.
And then now some of them aren't talking to me.
Amen. God is good all the time, Kim. And all the time.
God is good.
Thank you.
Every time we wake up. So, you know, but I think it's easier for the person who is not on the other end of the gun range. The person who is not the little dolly thing that comes out and they shoot at, it's okay. It's easier for them to say how you should feel. And I get it. People feel like you should never mince words because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And they love to say life is too short for it to be drama. And I say life is too long to be miserable. And if you're making me miserable, why do I want to continue on living this life in this misery? If you're making me unhappy, why should I want to do this? That's why when my kid wasn't talking to me at first, I was mad because I'm a mother. But then after a while, I said, you know what, I can't. If he feels like I am making him unhappy and miserable, I need him to get it out of his system and we'll be all right. And my dad was so angry. My siblings were angry. And they didn't want to talk to him because he wasn't talking to me. But I was like, don't do that. Don't get into it with him, because let us work it out.
Yeah.
And then eventually we talked. And then I found out what he was mad about. It's like, son.
Fuck is wrong with you? Ain't nobody. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes when you're a parent, and of course, mothers tend to be a little more nurturing, a little more Marie from Everybody Loves Raymond, a little bit more that than dad. And my son had to tell me I was a little too much Marie. Not that I was in his business with he and his girlfriend, but I was mothering him too much, almost mothering him. And there was nothing he could say that I didn't mother.
Okay.
And I didn't know, you know. But that's my kid. We was gonna work it out. He get mad at me all the time.
Well,
I get
but
mad
that
at
was a
him.
long time not to be speaking, especially when
Yeah, well,
that's your only one.
yeah. But then here's the other. He wasn't speaking to me, but he's over here complaining. She won't even call and talk to me. Dude, you're not talking to me.
Okay.
So, for a few months, he was thinking that it's me not talking to him and telling people she's not even talking to me, but it was never that. But you know, it is what it is. He's my kid. He is a replica of me, so there's that. He's just me times 10 when it comes to attitude and being mean, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So, what is it? What would it take, or what does it take, for you to resume being on speaking terms with somebody after you have not been?
That's a tough one because it's not the same for everybody. Like, I had a cousin I didn't speak to for almost 10 years. And no matter what event we went to, I didn't speak to her. But finally, when our little cousin was murdered,
Okay.
and we were there trying to discuss where she was, I don't know what happened in that moment. Something happened. And she just kept looking at me, and I turned to her, and I just saw in her face that she really was sorry and regretful for what happened between us.
Uh-huh.
And so in that moment, I spoke to her. She was like, "Are you speaking to me? Did you?" And she said my full name. Did you just speak to me? She said, "Can I please come and hug you?"
Mm.
And then she broke down. And then I was like, okay.
Okay.
And we had a chance to talk out everything. But see, part of the problem with me not speaking to her was other people were involved. And sometimes when other people get involved, it really makes it hard for me to let shit go.
I understand.
Because now I'm more angry because other people are involved and meddling and saying shit.
Right.
So it's not easy to say what it would take. Sometimes it's a simple apology, but you know you're never going to get that all the time. Sometimes it's acknowledgement. Do you understand where I'm coming from with it? You know, those are the two things for me, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, for me, normally an acknowledgement. You're even if you don't straight up apologize, which I value a lot, but at least acknowledge your wrongdoing. You know, that might not put everything right back on track. You know what I mean? That might not put the band back together, but it will let me know that you are that number one, you know, you have some integrity and that you're self-aware. Like, yeah, I was wrong. Even if you tried to pretend like you weren't wrong or that you were deliberate, acknowledging that, you know what, I fucked up. I did. I fucked up, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have done that, and that would normally plug me back in. And like I said, that doesn't mean we're gonna be cool again because you may have lost trust, but we can be on speaking terms again. You understand what I mean? Like a cousin that I wasn't speaking to, and we last time I had spoken to him was in 2010. That was the last time we spoke. And, he's the type of person who he would try to stand his ground, whether he's right or he's wrong. And I realize he's a little cuckoo. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Just because you crazy that don't make you a dickhead. I know a bunch of crazy people. They cool people though. You know what I'm saying? So I knew he wanted to be friends with me again because he would keep telling my mom, yeah, I messed up. I know I messed up, but I'm gonna make it right. And I know he's still mad at me and blah 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 blah. And he would try to send me friend requests on Facebook and all that. I'm like, man, you got the right motherfucking one. You know what I mean? Like, look, the problem is I don't need you. Never did. And you don't need me either. But you was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And we not doing that. But last year, my uncle died. And so I saw him at the funeral. Now, mind you, years ago at my auntie funeral, like in 2013, I saw him at the funeral. He didn't speak. He didn't acknowledge it. He stood his ground. That's all I needed to see. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. This was 2024. This was last year. So this is 11 years later. Now, like, dude, you didn't let that beef cook too long. So I had to go to Milwaukee twice within like 2 or 3 weeks because my uncle passed and then my auntie turned 80 and they was having a big party for her or whatever. And I was supposed to be emceeing the party. And I guess since he thought we made up at the funeral a few weeks ago, and now we like, hey y'all, yeah. Hey y'all, you know what I mean? Extra friendly, all up under me. I'm like, dude, I still don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. I don't need this. You need it. And he acknowledged that too. He was like, you still acting mad. He was like, come on, man. I'm like, this ain't no act, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Like, I don't like you no more.
Did that make you feel any kind of way when he was saying like you acting mad, like you were supposed to just let it go?
He wasn't.
Make you just like, this is why.
No. He didn't try to play me like that. He was using our other. He was using our other family members. You know what I mean? Like, oh, come on over here and sit with me, or he come sit. You know that. I was like,
hate it.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. I didn't come up here for no drama, but I've been up here a bunch of times since we stopped speaking. You had plenty of time, to come in and make this right.
Mm-hmm.
You played it the way you played it. We good. Everything all right. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It literally is what it is. But so he's probably I'm thinking that he's probably the longest person I've gone without, being on speaking terms with. But no, I know I've gone longer than that. But I will say that he's the most significant person that I've, stopped being on I'm speaking terms with. Because that was one of my favorite cousins before. But
God, I hate that when it's somebody who's your favorite or you were close to.
That was my man.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to come to that decision when it's those people to decide not to speak to them again.
Yeah,
it's hard.
But the thing is, when you go on that run of not speaking to them, you start seeing things that you weren't looking at before.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
You start seeing them for the toxic person that they may have been. And you don't really want to do that. I know I don't. I don't really want to look at you in that light because I wasn't looking at you in that light before, but now I'm forced to. And you realize, yo, you was always hating. Even when you was being nice, you was hating. And I see it now. It's vividly clear.
That's when you notice little stuff.
Man.
That's when you notice that little stuff you didn't see. It's like, was I under a rock or in a bubble the whole time we were around each other? Because I didn't recognize you doing this. But now I see it. Or did other people tell you something and you didn't hear them? Like it was just noise to you. And now you're like, hey, they said you were doing this and I didn't notice it. But now I see it. Why did I ignore that then?
Because you didn't need to see it. You didn't need to make that. You didn't need to put that in your way at the time. You understand what I mean? Like, yeah. even if you kind of saw it before, you wouldn't allow that to get in the way because that was your people's. And and when you love your people and when you're loyal to your people's, you let shit slide. You let it. You don't call them on every little thing they do. You accept their imperfections, but then. When the boiling point comes, the tipping point, you realize like, I can't let this go no more. Now I realize that this little part of this little box car was actually the fucking engine. So now you have to deal with it accordingly. And unfortunately, these little experiences that you have, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that getting on non-speaking terms with somebody is the key to maturity or growing up. But unfortunately, these things age you a little bit. They grow you a little bit. They make you more aware. They hip you to the human experience more. They put you in a place where you can't return to that innocence of ignorance anymore. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you can take it the way you want it. And you have to ask yourself sometimes, would I rather have to grow this way, or would I rather be the person that tries to look at everything through rose-colored glasses and starts believing in motherfuckers that don't need to be believed in? So I'm running around here like I'm a member of the People's Temple, Jim Jones People's Temple and shit. You know what I mean? Here I am ready to drink some cyanide laced Kool-Aid over this drug addict. Almost said the F word. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which one would you rather be? Would you rather be smarter going forward and be able to make wiser choices going on, even if your happiness and contentment took a hit? Or would you rather be the person that breaks down like, I just don't want that negativity in my life, so I'ma just go ahead and make up and whatever and keep repeating that cycle of getting fucked over time and time again? Sometimes you got to make a decision. What's it going to be?
I see somebody dealing with that now. She has a sibling who does these things to her just, all the time. And she's not one who uses a lot of profanity or anything like that. She barely yells or anything. But it pushed her to the limit several times in the past 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And where she was cussing and crying, and her husband had to remove her, and she couldn't sleep and all this different stuff. And just to keep the peace, just because it was her sister. After a while, she went back talking to her. She made peace with her first. She apologized first. And, this is the thing Jesus would do. And, she wasn't going to church because of her sister. But because she wanted everything to go back to normal, air quotes, She started talking to her again, and for her sister to continue to do the same thing over and over to her. And each time it gets worse and worse and worse. That's the thing. It's like her sister knows because she loves me so much, because she wants peace, I can keep kicking her down the street like old worn out can. I can just keep kicking her. And the more I kick her, the stronger I get. She's like an evil villain. And we're watching her do this. And it's like, man, it's very heartbreaking because
Yeah.
it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I even know someone who's dealing with that with their own mother, which is a different kind of heartbreak to watch because you can't say anything. But I know somebody whose mother treats them like absolute shit.
Yeah.
And she just wants her to love her so much
Yeah.
that it even causes problems in her home with her husband because of the way her mother treats her. But she wants that love so bad, and she takes the abuse when she can't even afford the abuse because she's in a very bad health state. She can't afford the misery, the sadness, the heartbreak, the stress that comes from her mother. She can't afford it. But her daughters don't speak to her because of her mother's messiness. It's just sad. It's sad. And I hate when people do that. They take advantage.
Yeah. And they will.
That's why you just
time and time again. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you have to decide. And it's not an easy decision, but you have to decide what's more important to you. The peace of getting along or your personal peace. And you should always choose your personal peace. You should because the reality at this age, these things are more detrimental to our health than anything. Our wellness comes into play when we are that stressed at this age. So we can't afford to have these additional stresses in our world. Like life stresses us enough. You can't afford to let some other person who don't give a damn, they say they love you, but they don't give a damn about you if they continue to do stuff that harms you. You can't afford to let that person have control of the situation. You just can't.
Yeah.
Because once you do, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
That's a fact too. So yeah, you I mean, you gotta you have to accept that separation for the good that it does sometimes. And it's not an easy thing to do. Sure, we would love to, come from the cradle to the grave. With our peoples and, ride till the wheels come off and all of that. Sometimes it ain't, but sometimes it just ain't like that. Man, you thinking that they was the wheels to the car, the motherfuckers wasn't nothing but the horn. Sometimes it is what it is. And like I said, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, ceasing to believe in people that you once believed in, or, having to take the love back from people that you gave it to freely. It ain't easy to do that. But sometimes, it's a necessary evil. I mean, just like, look, I'm gonna switch gears with this shit too. But like you ever start a job and the job seems like it's a good job, and maybe for the first few weeks it was, but then you start seeing certain ways, you start peeping their business practices, and you start saying like, oh, okay, yeah, this ain't. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my resume circulating. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if I want to stay here. But speaking of the job, it's a tough situation when you got people on the job that's not on speaking terms. Subordinates trying not to be on speaking terms with managers and supervisors and shit like that. Knowing listen, y'all have to speak to each other. It's not an option. HR ain't gonna be like, oh no, it's okay if y'all don't speak to each other. No, no, the fuck it's not. Not at all. So but you can have coworkers that you might have got cool with and all of that. And y'all used to roll like that. And next thing you know, y'all not. You know what I mean? Y'all not cool like that. Y'all not friends like that. Now y'all not on speaking terms. And you know, a lot of jobs have like little cliques in them and shit. And so now these people not speaking to these people because y'all two are not speaking to each other and all. This shit can have far-reaching implications. And at the workplace, you can fuck around and get HR involved. Don't nobody want that. You know.
That's one. Woof. I told you I had to cut a contract because of weird foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
Working remotely with a bunch of women, and I'm like, man, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. This is stressful. I don't have to do this. And the company, I don't kind of trust y'all a whole lot with your product. And low key, I wonder if there's some other stuff going on here that you're gonna make me crash out about. Let me part ways. I don't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're working in a place and you're the only you really gotta keep that antenna up for just little stuff. And I told you that lady was leading to saying the word. She was probably saying it behind my back all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or she was probably pressing mute and saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she wanted to say it to me. And I was like, I'm not going to give her opportunity. But that works. It'll work, people, especially when it's a collective unit doing stuff. Deciding they don't want to be buddies with you, and it's like, well, I come to get a paycheck. I didn't come
I know, right?
But that's real thing.
Yeah.
I didn't come do that.
Yeah, that job shit.
I don't care about the work. Yeah. I don't even know y'all. So what?
Ain't that some shit? They don't realize I ain't fill out this application and build these resumes and shit so I could come and service you. Who the fuck is yo? Like I'm here to get this bag.
Hey, this is not an 80s sitcom. I came to get some greenbacks. What are we doing here? I want to see some presidents. I didn't come to do a sitcom with y'all and have a laugh factory going on. I came in here to make some money.
Yeah, man.
Y'all didn't come to make money?
Some act like they didn't.
Yeah.
There might not be any proof that they did.
Well, and the sad part is those work situations get you in a legal situation. That's the other side of that. So you definitely have to be careful with that. That's more than just protecting your peace. That's protecting your everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you really have to make a decision. Let me walk away from here before this gets terrible. But some people would work or try it. I remember when I was working for attorney's office about 10 years ago, and my first day, there was this girl who she was a white girl. Her best friend was a black girl. And she would say and do things that I was like, I need her to not come my way because I'm going to smash her in her face.
Okay.
And it was Thanksgiving holiday weekend, or preparing for it. And she was going around, everybody said, what y'all having for your Thanksgiving meal? Y'all gonna have cornbread? And she came to me. She said, Kimberly, are you gonna have cornbread and chitlins
on
your dinner table for Thanksgiving?
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, because she had been doing that to everybody, and they laughing and having a good time.
That's funny.
They thought it was.
Okay. Hmm.
And I kindly, politely, loudly said, "Don't come and do that with me. Play those little games with everybody else in here, but don't fuck with me with that."
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
From that day on, I made it clear I don't like you. From that day forward.
Mm-hmm.
So because I know she was that behavior was going to lead me down a bad road.
Yeah.
Girl, I will grab you by your hair and drag you through these hallways. And it almost got to that point because she was playing them games one day, year or so later, and another lady called and let me be a part of it. Before I knew it, I was on the elevator. Came off like Superman, got behind her head, made her eyes get big like a cartoon character, and asked her, "You got something you want to say to me?" And now she's backtracking everything. Girl, I would kill you in this place, for real.
Yeah.
Just for making you serious.
Uh-huh.
So I knew that was enough for me because you can't, at work, and in work situations, you have to get away from there. You have to. Because you go to jail for that shit. You go to jail for fucking people at your job.
You ain't never done lied. Ain't nothing worse than going to work and coming home and getting escorted out in cuffs. Like this is not what I came here for.
Yeah, this clearly is not a paycheck.
You know?
This is not going to pay my bills. It's going to cost more.
Hold on a second. We got an unknown caller here.
You have a call from
Troy.
Oh, it's a known unknown caller.
How did that become unknown?
I'm in the house.
Where you calling from if you making an unknown call?
I didn't make no unknown call. I just called.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling from 2100 Jackson Street in Indiana.
That's what we doing already? Okay. All right.
2100 Jackson Street.
All right. You already know.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I gotta look at that video.
Everything good on this side.
Son? What's up, Kel? Hey, family.
You got it.
Hey.
You made it these last 30 minutes.
Hey. Well, you damn right. I heard some of y'all talking. I woke up, heard some of y'all talk. I said, I'm gonna call in. See what I do? I give half it because some do about half hour. Then I give somebody else another about maybe 15 minutes to call in. No, number 15. In that 15 minutes, my eyes say, "Good night, Troy." And then hopefully my eyes wake up at 3 o'clock. Now I woke up and I heard you talking. I said, let me get Kev's opportunity to talk because you was doing a brilliant soliloquy of how you feel about certain situations. And then son rebutted it and said, well, how he done it. I said, let me call in right now. And here I am.
It sounds so methodical and well calculated.
Yes. He came in with that FBI number. It came up as
I don't understand. I don't understand. So, now we're talking about
not being on speaking terms.
Oh no, yes. I take that when I don't speak to people and I shut people out because it takes a lot. I'm one of those people that when we go through something, I can forgive. An apology is okay with me. But when it gets to the point where you get to the point of disrespectful and plain out ignorance, and disrespect, I got to pull my way from you. I put myself away from you because it's a sign of restraint now. I got to really keep myself away from you. I can't talk to you. You know, like, for example, I'm not going to say anything about the situation, but my oldest son, I can't be around him. Signs of restraint. I can't see him. I can't be around him. He's on the same level as my older brother. Can't be with him. Can't be around him. I can't even taste the same oxygen around him.
Okay.
And if I see him, if something goes down, if I'm in the ER, he in ICU. Guaranteed. I don't care how bad I'm going through with my knee. I don't give a fuck what I'm going through. When it's just you can disrespect me. You can say whatever you want to say about me. But when you say, fuck my mother, that's deceased, your grandmother, because we're going through something, a line, that line in the sand is drawn. As a great Italian man named Sam Agresta told me, when you give somebody the cross with your hand, you don't fuck with them no more. Sometimes it's a sign of death in Italian families when you give somebody the cross. And that's where he's at. You know, so I have to restrain myself. I have to restrain myself from not going to go see where he at. I know where he lives. You know, because if you don't restrain yourself, I'll be calling you from CF and all the alphabet places there in the building. And Kim, you will hear about it in Indiana. You will hear about it. It'll be on national news. You know, because I'm a very calculated person. When I want to get you, I want to get you.
Okay. But so for you, not being on speaking terms with somebody normally is symbolic of a potentially violent situation too?
Yes, it is. Because I don't, well, that's top tier. Bottom tier is that if I'm not on speaking terms with you, that's on you. Because I know me myself, I haven't done nothing wrong to you. If I've done something wrong and I don't know I've done wrong, then it's up to you as the person to call me and say, well, Troy, I'm not saying nothing to you because of this. Because if I don't know about it, we can't conversate about it. It's very rare that I go through something with somebody and we'll leave that conversation and not talk to each other because at some point in time, you know, as men, we can sit back and humble ourselves. And I've humbled myself around certain individuals that I should never. It's two people that's particular should be dead. But I humble myself out of respect for other individuals. You know, I've shaken their hands. I've done things that I say to myself, why? You know, but at the end of the day, you know, there's a reason. You know, my mom, like I said, my mom gave me this thing that's a gift and a curse. She's given me a forgiving heart. You know, my grandfather always told me if a man is able to apologize to you, you accept that apology, depending on the circumstance. So, you know, I mean, is it females that I've been going through something with that I really can't talk to? Yes. And that's my aunts. But I can be around them. I've even, and part of my heart is like, I want to call them and just make sure that they're okay. But there's another part of me that remembers my mom. There's another part of me that remember how they allow things to go on about before you pass.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, so it's certain things, it's certain qualifications that you sit back and it's a sign of restraint and you humble. I think all three of us got humble hearts and can sit back and just restrain ourselves. You know, even the comedian, the situation I went through with a comedian, I felt a comedian. You know, even after a while, when I went to a repast and I seen him and another comedian saw a repast, and he shook my hand and had some good words to say. That was a sense of restraint and a sense of humbleness because when I seen him, it took me back to that day. You know, and it can never be right when people disrespect you and then sit back and want to shake your hand. Because in your head, you're like, I should have shook his hand with the left hand. You know what I mean? He like the left, he deserved the left hand. You know, because when he walked away, I gave it a little in my hand and then went wash my hands.
What's the pettiest reason that you know that somebody stopped talking to you or that you ever stopped talking to somebody for?
Well, the pettiest reason, I got a cousin of mine. Me and him been so tight as shit. Thick as thieves. I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about cousin as in blood. They're their brothers. And his pettiness, I wasn't petty, but his pettiness is him thinking that I ignored his phone calls when his sister passed away. No, I didn't. I would never. I don't give a fuck if we ain't talked for 10 years. If you call my phone, I'm going to answer my phone. And if your phone, especially when your number is under your name.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason for me to ever ignore a phone call. If I ain't talked to son for 10 years and son called my phone, why would I ignore son's phone number? Why would I ignore you? Could be something important.
Yeah.
You know, so the reason why he feel that way about me is because when my mom died, I called him. I texted him. Never answered the phone after that night. They gonna tell me, well, I didn't know nothing about it, Troy. So what's wrong with your phone? Because there wasn't nothing wrong with mine. You know, same thing with another friend of mine that's like a brother. If I will call friends, I call them family. You know, I seen him, told him I was getting married, asked him he wanted to be in a wedding. He was in a wedding. Called him, told him my mom passed away. You could have went to the viewing and signed the book.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do none of that. His mom passed away. I took time off of work. With the work, dropped my bag off with my chef stuff in it. Went to the funeral. Left the funeral. Went back to work. Called and checked on him periodically. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
You know, but when you don't put forth the effort, I'm not going to keep putting forth the effort for people that think that their life is more overdrawn than my life.
Has
like
more
I told
importance.
You, I hate the term life be lifing. Life don't like it takes a negative. It takes maybe just 1 second to take a half a second to make a phone call. A minute and a half to talk. Just to check on somebody. If you can't go out your way for that shit, then how tight are we? Who are you? Me and you damn near talk every day.
Excuse me.
So, and we talk maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. Motherfucker can't call you at all. So that's where the restraints come in at. I don't like. I had to cut another guy off. Because you call me when you want to ask me where I'm at, but you can't answer the phone when I call your phone back. Yo, I'm not one of your bitches. You're a grown man. You 40-some years old. You can't answer. Only time you answer your phone is when a woman call your phone. I can't do you, bro. Let's enjoy life. Let's go along life. You don't got to worry about me. I'm all right. I got sons.
You funny.
No, but that's how it goes, man. You got to be real. Real people, real recognize real. You know what I mean?
It really does.
Grow up and you start. What'd you say?
I said it really does.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, there's no room for phony people. When you're 55, you know, you don't have time for phony people. Come my judgment day, I know one of the first people that will be in front of mine carrying me is son 752. Now he might be crying, or he might be happy, but I know damn well he will be proud to say that was my motherfucking brother.
Right.
Because I know I'm going to be the same way. And God forbid anything happen to Kim, so then me and son going to find our way to Indiana. Because that's how we are. Regardless of fucking live stream, we're real people. We have fun. But we also care about one another. You know, and that's the sad part that people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand. All that it takes a lot. It takes a fucking lot, son. I've shaken people. I shook the hand of a person that shot me. Hit me once in the ankle. 19 more bullets came out after that. While my son and my daughter was looking at me running my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I shook the hand of a person that stabbed me up.
Wow.
So at the end of the
That takes an awful lot to do that.
I'll say.
Yes. And to this day, and I just seen him when I went out with my cousin. I seen him with his wife in a bar. And my cousin was like, you know, I got my thing on me, right? I was like, there's no need to do that. Because if I didn't handle it then, I'm not going to handle it now. That's what Norman McNeil told me not to do. Don't deal with situations that you can't deal with.
But you decided within you to be social with that person enough to shake their hand after they caused you that kind of harm. I mean, was the kind? I gotta go in detail. Was the kind of situation where it wasn't intentional? They were on drugs or something like that.
Well, the first one was my first kid's mom. My first kid's brother. His mom brother. Stole from me. As I was looking out for him, putting some money in his pocket, I looked at him as my little brother. And when one of his cousins heard me say, I'm going to whoop his ass if he stole from me, you don't fight the hand that feeds you. Turned back around, he came out. We went to go to the schoolyard to fight. This was in my semi-slim days because they had a white beater that could fit me, son. Okay,
cool. You crazy as shit.
So I took off my sweatshirt, was getting ready to whoop that ass. His aunt said, y'all ain't gonna be fighting over here, y'all family. He pulled that black 9mm Glock. He shot it at me. And it didn't go off. If it went off, I wouldn't have been living. He shot it at me. I went to run. The first bullet ricocheted off the ground and hit me right in the ankle. I know it was 19 more bullets that came out that gun because when I went to the police, when I went to the district to get information for victims' compensation, he said, oh, you must be the person that got shot at 19 times. Yeah. So I told you about that documentary, right, son?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I got him, he was already, the reason why I told the judge I wanted to get him locked up, other than me, I said he needs help because I had to make sure he's okay. I didn't want the mother of my kids, who was my woman at that time, I didn't want her to have to face the fact that her brother was going to get killed. I didn't want to have to go through that. He came home after 8-9 years after shooting me, and I seen him. I went to say hi. He said, you don't fucking know me. I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying to myself, God damn, I should have got this guy killed. Why didn't I get this boy off? Because I had him.
Yeah.
I have 3, huh?
Yeah, I understand the situation.
You see what I'm saying? About humbleness and me thinking about, and that's the same thing with the status situation. Before I met my wife, I was dealing with a female. She had a daughter. I whipped the boy's ass. He ran up behind me. As I was walking away, he gave me 150 stitches. Almost got my liver and almost got my main artery in my wrist. So you know the ass will go substantial.
So these situations that made you, I'm not going to say forgive or let go, but made you at least be cordial again, was more about the sanity and peace for someone else.
Right. For his daughter and for his sister. It had nothing to do with me because me personally, they're not supposed to be here. But I have to, and then I also have to think about myself because I know once that's done, I'm going to be in the public eye and I'm going to be the one that they're going to look at. Why did this happen? Who would honestly do this to this person? So they're going to look at me. What would be the reason? Because see, if I'm still thinking about it, then I still haven't healed. And if I haven't healed, there's a part of me that says you shouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be here. But my mom has this, I always quote my mom, and that's why I know my mom hasn't came to see me yet, because a lot of her is in me. So she taught me so damn much. She's like, I ain't got to go see him. But if he fuck up even worse, I'm going to see him. So she said, let God deal with that, Troy. Let God deal with it. Let go and let God. So far, it's been working out with them too. He's locked up for life. And the other one, even though he's going through what he's going through, he lost his mom, he lost his brother. He's struggling with that. He's struggling with health issues. At the end of the day. And in the back of his mind, he never know what might trigger Troy.
I can dig it.
So you have to, it's certain things I can humble myself with, but I won't never humble myself like that again. I would never humble myself like that again. I can't afford to. Can't afford to. But at the end of the day, we sit back. Everybody deserves a second chance when it comes to certain situations. When you keep doing the same stupid shit over and over and over and over, at some point in time, you'll be like, no, I can't fuck with this motherfucker.
Yep.
I can't fuck with you. You be like, no, I can't do this. I can't. Because either he gonna get me caught up in some shit, or I'm gonna fuck him up. And I don't really want to. I don't want to go out. It's up to me to make them decisions. It's up to me to make them decisions. Either you make the right decision or you make the wrong decision. But don't allow nobody to pull you into something that you can't control. You're your own controller. You the driver of your own bus. You know, sometimes you have to restrain yourself because that kid can get in the physical. But sometimes you just got to restrain yourself to keep your mental okay. Because you don't want nobody in the compartment of your brain. You don't deserve that much. You
Yeah.
know,
No, you're
I
right.
mean, you,
But hold
yeah.
on, we about to do these birthday shout outs. I'm not going, we ain't doing no overtime tonight. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Shut up, man.
Not a second over. You know what I mean? We'll do these birthday shout outs right now. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glory. I'm gonna let y'all say y'all shit after we do these birthday shout outs. We can get this shit out of the way. We have some birthday. Yeah, look at God. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Nettie Thomas. Happy birthday to you, and also Lamont McLaurin, Milana Williams, Tristan Stevens, Roslyn Rozzy Pooh Caldwell, Betty Hinton, Nancy Evans, Michelle Williams, Naira Jenkins, McSwizzle Nietzsche, Tiffy Bryant, Mika Arch, and she's raising money for the Halo Academy Incorporated. And she's last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious November 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words could ever say. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's more logic in what's not being said or can't be said or what won't be said than what is said. Not everybody uses what they verbalize to help. And when you're dealing with somebody who constantly uses their voice to either hurt, inflict pain, or to somehow cause trouble, then sometimes it's best to just go ahead and limit or stop all vocalization. And it may not be the best choice that you've ever made, but there are plenty of times when it won't be the worst, and you have to do what's best for yourself. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. in the morning. Y'all know how we do it, Eastern Standard Time, for another daily Go Getimism show. I want to thank all y'all for coming through, and I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. So with that being said, Kim and Troy, I want to thank y'all exponentially for coming through and spitting that wisdom. So y'all can say goodbye, and then I'm going to say goodbye.
All right. Well, happy birthday to today, Ginger son. I hope you feel better, son. Peace, family. Peace, chat. Everybody stay safe, mindful of your surroundings, hug your loved ones, speak to those you speak to, and for those you don't, let them live and you live and be at peace. That's it. Have a good one, everybody.
Future films as well, but I'd like to say thanks everybody for hearing me out. Blessings and peace to everybody. May the Lord lay hands on everybody today. Be safe out there. Enjoy your day. All the people whose birthday it was, I'm glad God gave y'all another year to taste the oxygen. And one thing about it, I just want to say this one thing. Don't block the person that you're not talking to. Just ignore their fucking phone calls when they call you.
I'm with that.
I mean, because that will make them even worse. But love everybody. Be blessed, man.
All right, man. Good looking. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
You too.
And with that being said, y'all have a good night. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I'll get with y'all tomorrow. Peace. Holla.